Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Jet in Airways. Well, it's a very exciting day today for two reasons. One, we are taking our inaugural flight from Auckland to Brisbane, and we are celebrating our new Brisbane and Auckland hub. Our hub is being shared between Auckland and Brisbane, and Doug, who flies for Jet in Airways, has already done a flight from Brisbane to Auckland. Thank you, Doug, and he did a fantastic job, and he is busy setting up some regional routes around Australia and New Zealand and in between the two to get our Australian or Brisbane and Auckland hub underway. The other reason we're celebrating today is this is the inaugural flight for our 737-800. And I did my walkthrough this morning just to check. The cabin is looking absolutely fantastic. Now, if you want to fly for Jet in Airways, you can fly between Auckland and Brisbane for us, no problem. You can use the aircraft of your choice. I think it'd be great for the 737-800 or the 737 MAX if you have the 737 MAX. We're going to be doing regular flights between Auckland and Brisbane. And as Doug lets us know and keeps us informed, as he sets up the hub, we will have some more routes as well around Australia and in between Australia and New Zealand. So very, very exciting. Our first trip in our 737-800. I think Doug did his first trip across the ditch to New Zealand in the 737 MAX. So that would have been a heck of a lot of fun. So we'll be using the MAX as well. It won't always be the 737-800. So very exciting day today. Let's get into the cockpit and get things underway. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard, guys. Welcome to SimNZ. Hope you enjoy the content that we provide here. We are casual flyers, okay? We are not too serious. I'm not here for the subscriptions or the money. I'm only here to enjoy the hobby and share my hobby with others. I don't want any memberships or donations, okay? We're just here for the fun of flying. And so I hope you enjoy that casual sort of outlook and attitude. We are not too serious here. But welcome aboard. Very happy to have you. And if you want to use your flight simulator with a bit of purpose and a bit of meaning, you're welcome to fly some routes and fly some passengers around for Jet in Airways. I usually put the flight plan up on the screen as I'm setting up, so that you can fly the same routes as us and help us fly some happy, wonderful passengers. Okay, so let's sit down and get underway here, and we can get things all set up. We're at Auckland International Airport. Normally we would, if we were flying out, we'd be flying right over my house, which I'd be able to show you. But I don't think I will today, but because I actually live not far from the end of the runway at Auckland International, so I see all the big birds coming in for a landing and taking off. It is fantastic. It's a great place to live. I love it. Okay, so let's get things all started up and we'll get this beast underway. I also want to say a big thank you to Jonathan, our Jet in Airways artist. Jonathan painted the plane for us. It is fresh out of the paint workshops and he has done a fantastic job. It is looking fantastic. It is looking like a beautiful 737-800. So big thank you to Jonathan. He is a very clever boy, and it's just wonderful to have our virtual airline going and the PMDG 737s painted in our own livery. Not many channels around the world have their own PMDG 737s painted in their own livery. So I am very, very lucky to have Jonathan on board with Jet in Airways. Right, enough talking, enough blabbering. Let's get things underway here. Okay, just a quick tip here, guys, for those of you who don't already know this little trick. When you spawn in to the game, your 737 PMDG 737 always has the staircase attached to it, but you want to have the jetway connected. So how do you do that without starting up your FMC and getting everything going right from the start? Well, there is a way you can start the FMC without your batteries. I've already done it here, but all you do is you press down the menu button and you hold the menu button down until your FMC will turn on, and your FMC will turn on without actually needing to turn on your battery or have any power connected. Okay, call it a bug, a secret little trick, whatever you like. Okay, now once you've got that on, you go into FS Actions, Ground Services, and you remove your chocks. Now once you remove your chocks, the staircase on the side of the plane will automatically be taken away and driven off somewhere, so you will not have the staircase attached. Okay, now you can go up to here and you go into jetway connection. Go into
Auckland ground jet in 738. Could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
Ground Services and ask for the jetway to be connected.
The jetway is going to be connected.
Now I have added a DLC, Realistic Jetways. It is available in the marketplace, and the jetways just look absolutely fantastic. The detail, the sounds, have a listen. There we go. You hear all the sounds, and the detail on the jetways is just beautiful. I don't like adding many DLCs to my game. I like it keep it clean, fresh, and smooth. But the jetway add-on enhancement is available in the marketplace, and it is beautiful. I love it. And as you saw in my intro, the jetways just look absolutely beautiful. Plus, you get all the extra sounds of it connecting and disconnecting. So that add-on will go, and you can see this one up ahead of me here. It just looks beautiful, and they will be spawned into all your airports. Okay, so it works well for me, so I can recommend the jetway DLC that is available on the marketplace.
Out with Oscar.
Jet in 738 taxi to and hold short of runway 23 left via taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 120.9 when ready.
Okay, so we have received pushback, we have clearance for taxi, and we're running on our APU. So we are ready to start up these beautiful big 737-800 engines. So let's get that underway here now. Let's turn on our fuel. And we will, we have the APU bleed on. Isolation valve open, so let's start our right engine here. There we go. Looking beautiful. Just watch the numbers here. Okay, let's add fuel to that engine. Love the sound of those engines firing up. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Okay, let's go to our left engine. We'll just wait for that to click around to the off position. There we go. Let's start our left engine now. Looking good there. We'll just watch these numbers. The best part of starting this flight in this simulator is starting up those engines. Right, let's add fuel to that engine. There we go. We have two beautifully good engine starts now. Wonderful. That will turn around to the off position. There we go. And we'll flip these engines around to continuous. Turn on the engine bleed. Turn on our packs. Get some air conditioning going through the cabin. And now we'll switch over the bus over to the engines to take power from our engines rather than the APU. Switch over to the engine bus. We can now turn off the APU power. Turn off the APU and off with the APU bleed. Right, we'll turn on our windscreen heat and our probe heat. Emergency lighting is on. We'll cover that case. Turn on our yaw damper. APU is off, taxi lights off, anti-collision lights on. Generators can go on. We will do our throttle test. There we go. We will do our control surfaces test. There we are. And while we're on that subject, we will put our speed brakes onto RTO, rejected takeoff, and we'll bring our flaps down to 5. Flaps down to 5. Okay, so we are ready to start taxi. We have our flight plan and our waypoints in our FMC all down there. Now, if you'd like to fly this route, here is the flight plan and here is the waypoints. Here are the waypoints along here. Auckland International to Brisbane. Just put these waypoints into the FMC. This is a brand new flight plan for me. I haven't flown it before, so I don't know how it's going to work. Fingers crossed it's going to be okay and I can use it many, many times. So take a screenshot or write down those waypoints. And if my flight is successful, you're welcome to duplicate it and fly some routes for Jet in Airways. Okay, so I think we can bring our throttle up and we can taxi. So there's been a few updates to the planes, the 737s, a lot of them to do with some of the little details in the systems and things like that. If you are a real pilot or a real hardcore flight simmer pilot, you will notice those straight away. However, I'm just a fun casual flyer, so I may not notice all the differences on my first flight. As I use the different systems, I may notice the changes, but at the moment I'm just flying it exactly the same as I would the 737-700 and hoping that everything goes according to plan, really. So this is Auckland. It certainly does look like Auckland Airport. I've been there so many times and I live not far from here. So I'm pretty happy with the representation of how Auckland looks so far, that is. I haven't had it on any DLCs or add-ons for Auckland Airport. I think there is one available. I haven't added that on yet, so it is pretty stock standard as you see it here.
Auckland Tower jet in 738 at runway 23 left ready for departure departing straight out.
Jet in 738, altimeter 29.9er, 2 phoneme alphabet equals 6 Microsoft UPS PH equals WIHND wind slash phoneme 250 at 7. Departing straight out approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 23 left.
Right, so I shall turn on replay mode so we can watch our departure. Engines are stable.
Positive rate of climb.
Okay, it's a bit longer this plane, so we had to be careful of tail strike. We've got to keep the lift off quite gentle. Okay, as you can see, those houses on the left. Just a little bit forward from here is my house where I am, where I'm sitting today actually. Right here, just in the flight path of the runway. Just a little bit further along. So we're going to have a look, see how close we came to a tail strike. Since I'm used to flying the 737-700, okay, let's see the lift off. Here we go. Whoa, very close, very close, but it was okay. It was a nice gentle climb out. And there is Auckland, looking beautiful, just as it is today actually. Now you can see this main road travelling up through here. This is called Puanui Road. Goes over the motorway. Just past that motorway intersection there is a block of shops on the right hand side. We have a business operating there. And just on the left hand side, amongst those houses just on the left there, is my house. That's where I'm based. That's the head office of Jet in Airways. Very cool. Alright, let's continue with our flight today. But that is an excellent representation of Auckland and Auckland Airport and the surrounding buildings and industrial zones, housing area. Very, very accurate. Very, very good. And I haven't put any add-ons. I haven't used any add-ons or DLCs. So very happy with that. Right, so let's bring up our flaps. Bring our throttle down a little. We're going to head round to the left to intercept our flight plan. I should have taken off in the other direction, to be honest, but I just wanted to show you the housing areas there, show you how close I am to the actual airport, which is very, very cool. So I'm still in manual control of the plane. When we get round closer to our flight plan, I will head over to switch on the autopilot. And we're going to head up to 29,000 feet today as we head over to Brisbane. So it's goodbye to sunny Auckland. And this weather is pretty much exactly how it is today at the time I'm recording this video.